Hi, I'm Steph, and today we are reviewing Corn Queen by Hailey Whitters. This is the signed CD. I got it in the mail from her website, and I love it so much. It's definitely one of my favorite albums, and the inside is so fun. We have her butter statue here with the first place ribbon. The inside is like a butter label. This QR code here you scan to get the lyrics for all the songs. There is no lyric booklet in here, it's just the CD. But I do really like this big fold out picture here. I think that's really cool, and it's such a beautiful CD. It is the first place ribbon. I think it's really beautiful. So it is a bummer that there's no lyric booklet, but I think the CD packaging and CD itself are all really beautiful. So I am excited about that. And there's so many just little things here. Like we have the flying pig, which I think is a reference to Pegasus, which we have on the back. That's, I don't know if you can see it, but that's part of the like label or publishing. It's one of those. Yeah, so really excited to talk about this CD today. Here's the back. It's the melted, kind of smashed butter there, and we have our full butter sculpture on the front. And she actually brought this butter sculpture with her on tour, which was so cool to see in person. I did go to the show, and we'll talk about that more later. But for now, we're just gonna get right into talking about the album. All but 2 of the songs on this album are written or co-written by Hailey Whitters. There are 2 outside songs, and the whole album is produced by her husband, Jake Gear, which I think is so cool that they do this together. So let's get into the first track on Corn Queen. The first song on the album is a solo, right? It's called High on the Hog, and I think it's a fantastic way to open the album. It really sums up who she is as an artist and as a person. So I think it's a great way to start this album that feels so personal to her and who she is. I'm gonna read one of the lyrics from this song that I think just really sums up her and this album really well. Well, the Colonel just called, said the next song might go all the way to the top. Dang how he loves to dangle the carrot when I'm busting my tail in the slop. But I roll up these puffy sleeves and I put on these fake eyelashes. Might look like a dream, but being Corn Queen, hell it ain't all crowns and sashes. And I think that is awesome. It's a really great verse, and like I said, this song is just so true to her. It's really, really honest. A lot of the lyrics on this album are not very flashy, but they are just really true to who she is and her experience, and I think that's what makes it so beautiful. Another lyric that I love from this song, and I think about all the time in my own life as well, is I'd rather never make it in my own lane than ride in on coattails. I think that is just awesome. It's a really hard thing to do sometimes. Like, it's sometimes easier to just go with what's working for the masses. Staying true to yourself is a lot of times harder than just going with what works, and I think it's really cool that she says this, and it's very true for this album. She stayed true to herself, and she did make a piece of art that she is proud of, and it didn't do super well on the charts and on radio, which is a big bummer. I really think it should have gotten radio play. I'm really surprised that there's a handful of songs on this album that it's shocking to me that they were not all over country radio, but they weren't, and she doesn't have like a huge marketing team, and that's a lot of what this industry is the marketing and your label and how much your label is pushing your album and getting other people to hear it. And it's a really weird industry where it takes an industry of artists and makes a lot of their career not about the art. and I think that's a big shame. So I think this song just really, I think it's a fantastic way to open this album, and it's a fantastic song. This album was #8 on Rolling Stone's The Best 25 Country and Americana Albums of 2025, which I think speaks volumes. It's a phenomenal album, but for some reason, it wasn't big on radio. And that, I think, is just a really big bummer, because this is a fantastic album. So we're going to talk about the rest of it now. Again, that's High on the Hog. If you listen to one song from this album, go listen to High on the Hog. It's exactly who she is. So if you want to know about Hailey Whitters, that song is it right there, and it's a phenomenal first track. The next song is Prodigal Daughter. It features Molly Tuttle on clawhammer guitar, which sounds so cool. Molly Tuttle is more of like a bluegrass artist, and I think Hailey's a big fan of that genre and of Molly. So they collaborated on this track. It's got a great instrumental, very witty lyrics, again, very true to who she is, and a really awesome song. I think it's a good second song on the album because it's upbeat and it really like pulls you into the album and makes you want to listen to more. And if you keep listening, you get Shotgun Wedding Baby, which is such a fun song. This is so classic country storytelling, real stories. It's the story of her parents, and I think it is just a really, really fun song. It's got such a fresh sound for just a really classic storytelling song, which she does multiple times on this album in a really great way. I think that's one of her strong suits, and that's Shotgun Wedding Baby. Then we go to Hell of a Heart, which is one of my favorites on this album. If I had to pick a favorite, I don't know if I could, but this would definitely be top 3. I love the sound of this song. It's definitely a windows down, sunny day, driving, hand out the window kind of song. It just makes you feel really good about yourself and about life, and everybody needs those kind of songs sometimes. My favorite lyric from the song is, "Life ain't no bed of roses, but I sleep just fine." Again, I think about that lyric all the time. I think it is so clever. It's so good. And yeah, this song, if you just want to feel good about life, throw on Hell of a Heart, and I think that'll get you there. Next song on this album is High on a Heartbreak, and I want to shout out the co-writers on this one. We have Hailey, David Garcia, Hillary Lindsay, and Jessie Jo Dillon. I think I've mentioned Jessie Jo Dillon as a writer in some of my other videos, so I just wanted to shout her out again. She is a part of so many phenomenal songs. If she ever releases an album, I will be here for it. Anyway, High on a Heartbreak is such a fresh sound for her, and I love this song so much. This is one of the ones that I just don't understand why it wasn't all over the radio. It was a single for the album. It has a cute little music video. I love the music video, and I just think it would do really well on radio if people would just play it. I don't know how things work with radio stations. I don't know why they play the same songs over and over and over again when there are so many songs out there. That's really odd to me, because everybody likes to hear something new on the radio. I think that's a reason why people listen to the radio sometimes, is they're looking for something else, something new, or their Bluetooth isn't working, I think, most of the time. But still, you hear the radio in the store, like when you're just out in the world, you hear the radio everywhere you go, and I think this song would have done really well on radio, and I never heard it on the radio, and that makes me sad. Yeah, there's still time. Radio stations out there. High on a Heartbreak, Hailey Whitters, great song. You should play it. Next song is It'll Do. And my first few listens to the album, I was not really a big fan of this song, but I don't know when something switched with me. I feel like this one is such a dancey one now. Like, it makes me want to just kind of dance around the kitchen a little bit and drink a Coors Light, and I love it for that. So this is a one that I'm a pretty big fan of now. But it did take a couple listens for me, but I really like it now. And she did not play it live, and I was a little bummed. Yeah, it was like a slow burn for me, but it really grew on me, and I love It'll Do. Something I also wanted to mention about It'll Do is there are some saxophones. She brings in saxophones on a handful of the songs on the album, and I think that's a really new sound for her, so I think it's pretty cool and very specific to the Corn Queen album. So I think the saxophones on this one are super fun, and we will hear more of them later. Hearsay is such a great song. This one really frustrates me because I think if Morgan Wallen put out this song, it would be a #1, and I think it would be on the radio everywhere. But Hailey Whitters put out this song, and still, phenomenal song. I love it. To quote High on the Hog, "I've come pretty far, they call me a star, but boys still rule that throne." And I think that's really all I need to say about this one. The next song, Anything Like Me, is to a T classic Hailey Whitters. It is so incredibly true to who she is. It is her story, and I mean, obviously it's called Anything Like Me, so she's talking about her. And it's a really relatable song. I think everybody can see themselves somewhere in this song, and that's something that I love so much about music, and country music specifically, is it's really easy to connect with the music, and she is so good at connecting with people through her lyrics, and this song is a really great example of that. The next song in the album is I Don't Want You. It is a duet by Hailey and Charles Wesley Goodwin, and it is such a beautiful song. I love a sad country longing duet. It's such a classic and so good. Again, why this was not all over the radio, I have no idea. It's very like Picture by Kid Rock and Sheryl Crow, like same kind of just sad, I love you, but I shouldn't vibe, and it's so good. I love it so much. They did such a good job. Their voices go so well together. They sing beautifully on this track, and it's just such a heartstrings kind of song, and I love it so much. Definitely in my top 3 on the album. As far as top 3 on the album so far, we have Hell of a Heart, I Don't Want You, and then we'll get to my last top 3 later. But yeah, I Don't Want You, I will always wonder how this was not a #1 hit on country radio or any radio, but again, that's beyond me. The music industry is weird. It's a great song. Please go blow it up. I Don't Want You by Hailey Whitters and Charles Wesley Goodwin.
Better, but I still do it. You say something and I just lose it. I'm strong enough, I don't need to latch on to. Sometimes you're the last thing that I need. That don't mean I don't want you.
The next song is called The Nail. This one has some really clever lyrics. It's just a funny little song, and a lyric I really like that just sums up the song is, "You built the coffin, I just hammered the nail." And that's just the gist of the whole song, and I think all the lyrics in it are really clever. She's a great songwriter. She's so witty. I mean, her last name is Whitters. Whitters, witty, you know. It's just in the pudding. The next song on the album is the first Outside Right, which is Casseroles. And even though it's an outside right, I think that the emotion that comes from her voice is just like, you can feel how true to her this song still is, even though she didn't write it. She is giving everything she can to this song, and I think it's a really beautiful song. It's a very sad song. It's a song about grief, and I think it's a song that a lot of people needed to hear, and had she not put it on this album. Who knows if this song would have seen the light of day or not. That is the really beautiful thing about when artists pick up outside songs, is who knows if that song ever would have gotten picked. I think there's so many songs that just die on the writing room floor and never get to see the light of day, and I'm really happy she put this one on the album. It's a really beautiful song. She does such a great job recording this song, and like I said, so much emotion in her voice. It feels like she's really coming from the heart when she's singing this one, and I think it's something that everyone, if they can't relate to this song now, they will at some point in their life, because that's just life. And yeah, that's Casserole's really, really great song. The next song is the other outside right on this album. Like I said, there are two outside rights, and this is Wagon. This is total opposite of Casseroles. I think she just wanted to pick it back up in the album after Casseroles, and Wagon feels so true to her as well, because she is happily married to her producer, Jake Gear, and it's just a happy love song, and I think it's really great that she added this one on the album as well. Next song is Wholesome, and we get a lot more saxophone in this song, and like I said, that's a different sound for her, and I think it's really fun that she's exploring these new sounds on this album, but the album is still just so true to who she is and her as a musician. White Limousine is the next song in the album, and that is definitely her really trying something new sonically on that song, and I think she does such a great job of it. It sounds so classic. It's a great song. Again, driving down the street, windows down, I love it. It's such a fun sound. It reminds me a lot of 80s Mercedes by Maren Morris or Velvet Elvis by Casey Musgraves. I think it's really fun when these country artists kind of take this this sonic sound. I'm sure there's a name for it, but I don't know what it is, so you'll just have to go listen to the song and let me know. But White Limousine is a great, great song. It also has a really cool music video, and yeah, it's just a very glamorous song, and the instrumentation on this song is really, really beautiful, so highly recommend. The next song on the album is Corn Queen, the title track of this album, and it is so good. It is so relatable and just so real to the human experience. There's nothing glamorous about this song. It is just, it's just great. Again, classic country storytelling. She does this so well. I'm going to read you one of my favorite lyrics from the song that I just think sums up the song as a whole. Pom Pom Tammy in her single mom Chevy, filling out her not so skinny jeans. I mean, it's just real. And I love it. I love this song. It is so fun. It's like one of those classic songs where it's like we're talking about Pom Pom Tammy, and then we talk about her daughter, and her daughter's gonna grow up and also be a corn queen, and it's just like that classic country story, and I love it so much. I think it was a great title track for the album. Yeah, the whole corn queen thing, people have called her the corn queen in the past because she's from Iowa, and there's really not, I don't think there's a lot of musicians coming out of Iowa. She's the only one that I know of. I am not an expert. There's probably hundreds, but like I think right now in the country scene there's a lot of like Georgia and Alabama, like people from the South, or like people coming out of Nashville, and I think it's cool that she's from Iowa, and Corn Queen is just really, I think that's just who she is. She is the Corn Queen, and yeah, so I think that was a great title for the album, and this track did not disappoint. It is a phenomenal track, great story. That takes us to the album closer, which, as you know, I love, love, love an album closer, and this one is my third of my three favorites on the album. I love this song so much. This song makes me so incredibly happy. Every time I listen to it, I have to replay it again and again and again. I cannot stop once I start listening to this song. It is called Dance More. She wrote this. It's actually about a real place in Iowa. It's like a dance hall, and she's done lots of performances there, and she wrote a song about it, which I think is just the coolest, and again, just so classic country storytelling. It's wonderful, and it's a play on words, and I think it's just an absolutely phenomenal track. Arguably my favorite. I don't know, I can't decide between my top three, but Dance More is so phenomenal. She does it with the Wilder Blue, and the lyrics are great. It just, if you want to be happy, go give this song a listen. It's such a happy song, and I think it's a great way to close the album. Usually I love like a really deep cut for an album closer, because that's a lot of times what album closers are, is like a deep cut or something more slow, or like a really long song. So it's interesting to me that this is such a just happy, quick, little fun song, but I think it closes the album perfectly. It makes you feel good, it makes you want to dance more, and it makes you want to listen to the record over and over and over. And yeah, it's a phenomenal way to close out the album. So that's Dance More, and that's our album. That is Corn Queen by Hailey Whitters. I'll show you the inside again because I love it so much. It's such a beautiful CD. I can't wait to see what she puts out next. I will be enjoying Corn Queen forever though. And if you didn't already guess, I am rating Corn Queen 10 out of 10. I love this album so much, so I really hope you go listen. Okay, I am gonna talk about the Corn Queen tour now, because I went and I had the absolute best time. I went to go see her in Philadelphia, and I was working outside of cell service before the concert, and I had entered to be the Corn Queen at the show. She crowns a Corn Queen each show, and so when I got to Philadelphia, I looked at my phone and I was in cell service, and I realized I had gotten a text asking if I was still coming and if I would be the Corn Queen. And I was freaking out because I was like, oh my god, I probably needed to see this like days ago, but where I lived, I didn't have cell service, and so I didn't see it until hours before the show, but I responded immediately, and thankfully I was still able to be the Corn Queen, which is why my t-shirt is signed. And it was an absolutely phenomenal experience. So I'm going to show you everything I got for being Corn Queen at the show. I got this shirt. This is the first thing. And I got to pick anything from the merch booth and get it signed, which was so cool. Like I said, I already had my signed CD, so I didn't need another one of those, but I got this awesome shirt. And something that I bought from the merch booth is this koozie. It says "Love is love, drunk is drunk," and that's lyrics from Shotgun Wedding Baby, which I love. Great song, and I think this is such a fun koozie. It was $5. Like, I love affordable merch, so really happy about that. And then for the Corn Queen crowning, she brings someone up on stage and literally crowns them. So I have this tiara, which is actually really heavy. She went all out on this gear. Like, it is quality. This shirt is also really nice. I love this shirt. Great fabric. My favorite part is the Corn Queen sash. Might look like a dream, but being Corn Queen, hell, it ain't all crowns and sashes, but right now it is. For me. And yeah, it has her name embroidered there with a heart, and it's also got all these rhinestones. And again, this sash is like really high quality. I'm obsessed with it. I have it hanging on my wall. You may have seen it in my other videos hanging, because it's always hanging on my wall, because obviously. I'll show you the tiara up close. It's like really nice. It's heavy. This is not light. Yeah, so pretty awesome. It was literally so fun. I got to like say a few words. I wore a butter sweatshirt to the show because of butter, obviously, and I think I said something about butter. It was pretty great. I can see if I can insert the video after this of me from the show. And I also got the set list after the show, which was so cool. I had her sign it and I had her fiddle player sign it because the fiddle player was so good. But yeah, the set list, it was really cool to get the set list. Yeah, I need to get this framed. Like I said, I move a lot, so I haven't gotten around to getting it framed yet. But yeah, one of my prized possessions for sure. So I had such a good time at the show. 10 out of 10 show, and also 10 out of 10 album. So yeah, really recommend listening to Hailey Whitters' Corn Queen if you haven't already. And that is all. Bye! I also wanted to mention with the show, she stayed afterwards to meet and take a picture with everyone who came, which is just such a testament to her. She could have just left. Also, she was like, I think 7 months pregnant when I went. So she did the whole show, and then she stayed after to sign something and meet and take a picture with everyone. And she was not rushing anyone. She like talked to us for a minute, and it was really great. We also got to meet her before the show, and she was the nicest ever. She was so funny. Just her whole team was really nice, and yeah, we had such a great time. Absolutely recommend going to see her if she's coming somewhere near you. I know she does. She's doing a state fair, I think, in Wisconsin in August. So if you live in Wisconsin, go check her out. Hailey Whitters, she's amazing. Corn Queen.